Hi class. Today we are in chapter 4 and this is going to be the introduction to your CPT, surgery guidelines, HCPCS level 2 and modifiers. And you know your HCPCS stands for your common procedural terminology, and being outpatient orthoprophy coders, this is how we go through and we bill for the procedures that the doctor does on the patient. Now, going through this chapter, I want you to make sure that you remember there are 3 categories of CPT codes. Category 1 are the CPT codes utilize 5-digit regular CPT codes that we use. These codes are reviewed and updated annually by the AMA. You remember the AMA owns CPT, so they don't post them on websites. They are who are over the CPT code, so remember that. For Medicare, a CPT level 2 code may be used instead of a HCPCS level 1 CPT code if it is available. CPT category 2 are optional performance measures or tracking codes. Y'all remember that one, and they have an F at the end of that code. Then you have a category 3 CPT codes, and these are those temporary codes assigned by the AMA for emerging technology services and procedures. Category 3 codes are alphanumeric with a letter T in the last position. So you remember that's how you will know, and that's how you recognize an emerging technology code. Let's see. And the organization of your CPT book is organized by the CPT sections. And you remember, you have 6 sections in your category 1 CPT codes. Remember that? 6 sections. And you remember, I told y'all, try to make sure you remember the order as well as the different sections. You remember evaluation and management first, anesthesia, surgery, medicine, pathology, and laboratory. Y'all remember those. You remember in the front of each section, you have your chapter specific guidelines. That is a good place to put notes, y'all. We have the section table of contents, notes, category 2, category 3. All your appendices are found in the back of the book, and your alphabetized index is also in the back of your book as well. The CPT sections include indicator icons, bold, face type, italicized type, and cross-reference terms. Also, anatomic illustrations in the front of your book, procedural reviews, and medical terminology and anatomy. Y'all, that is all in the front of your book. Please remember where everything is. Everything is there. Everything that you'll need to take the test is found in the books. You just got to know where to go and find it. So make sure you are abreast and know what's found in your book and where to go and find it. We have your semicolon or your indented procedure CPT. And here are some examples of when and how it's used. The next thing that we have, remember what the add-on code is. The plus sign is the symbol for an add-on code. Remember what I said about an add-on code. It can never stand alone. It has to be coded in addition to another code. So make sure you are good with your add-on codes. So there you go. If you see a bullet in front of a code, that is a bullet placed before a code number indicates that it's a new procedure code from the previous year. Then you have a triangle, indicates that the code has been revised from the previous year. The opposing triangles indicate that the new or revised guidelines or instructions. So remember, it tells you what stands in between these 2 opposing triangles. This is what's the new part of the code. Then you have your modifier 51 exempt. This is the forbidden symbol, identifies codes that are not that are modifier 51 exempt, such as if you have electrical stimulation to aid in the healing of a bone, non-invasive, non-operative, okay? Then you have your bullet, identifies a moderate conscious sedation code, okay? Remember your lightning bolt. You remember your lightning bolt is a code that is pending FDA approval. Then you have your number sign, and this is a pound sign for CPT codes that have been resequenced or are out of numerical order. When you have a number sign in front of a code, that means that that code is out of numerical order. All right, CPT category 1 CPT section numbers, of course, here's again. This is how your book is situated. Remember, evaluation and management comes first. And we said that the AMA did that evaluation and management first is because it's the most used section in your book. Then you have the anesthesiology section. Surgery section is the largest section in your CPT manual. You have the radiology section, the pathology section, as well as your medicine section. Okay? All right. Okay, some CPT code basics. Now, the CPT index is alphabetized by the main terms organized by either the condition, such as cerumen, cyst, angle deformity, the name of the procedure or medical services documented, such as a removal, a suture, or a fasciotomy, the name of the anatomic site of the organ, such as the neck, the skin, or the femur. Then you can also access CPT codes by synonyms, eponyms, abbreviation, such as your toe, your phalangeal joint, Watson-Jones procedures, or an EEG, okay? So please remember, those are the ways you look up those codes. And you remember what the NCCI is for, the National Correct Coding Initiative. This right here keeps you from coding wrong, okay? So it gives you the different CPT codes and at different levels of payments and when they should be used, okay? Also remember how you go in and sequence the codes is just as important as you assigning them correctly as well. Just the same concept. When you come from ICD-9 to CPT, sequencing is always important as well. CPT appendices. Now, make sure you know where your appendices are found in CPT. A main one, the very, very most important one I think of for us is the Appendix A, because Appendix A is where all of our modifiers are found, and it gives a description. Appendix A Level 1 modifiers lists all the modifiers applicable to CPT codes. They give you also anesthesia, physical status modifiers. CPT Level 1 modifiers approved by ambulatory surgery centers, and commonly used Level 2 HCPCS national modifiers, okay? Remember, those things are in Appendix A. Appendix B are summary of additions and deletions and revisions found in CPT. CPT even gives you examples of different case scenarios, and that's found in Appendix C. Appendix D is for a summary of the CPT add-on codes. So they have a list of all the add-on codes that are found in CPT. Then Appendix E is a summary of the exempt from Modifier 51 code. So all the codes that should not be used in Modifier 51. And then Appendix F is a summary of the CPT codes that are Modifier 63 exempt. Appendix G are for codes for moderate conscious sedation. Appendix H is an alphabetic index of performance measure by a clinical condition or topic. Appendix I is genetic cut testing modifiers. Appendix J is electrodiagnostic medicine listing of sensor and motor and mixed nerves, so neurology. And then, of course, the lightning bolt section, Appendix K, is products pending FDA approval. Appendix L is for the vascular families. Appendix M is for the crosswalk to deleted CPT codes. Appendix N is a summary of resequenced CPT codes, and Appendix O is a multitarian-like essays of algorithmic analysis. And then, of course, you have your surgery guidelines. This is where you will find the guidelines. The local infiltration, metacarpal, digital blocks, and anesthesia, subsequent decision for surgery related to E&Ms, immediate postoperative care, indicating operative notes, and writing orders. Okay, you all remember what I said about a global package? Anytime that a doctor does a procedure and a surgical procedure and they have a 10-day global period for a minor surgery, that means that that surgery has caused that physician not to be able to bill anything that pertains to that surgery for 10 days. Now, on the major surgeries, that is a 90-day global period. That means that any time within a 90-day period, anything pertaining to that surgery, that surgeon cannot bill anything on that patient pertaining to that surgery. Okay? Remember that global. Here are some things that is included in the global package: intraoperative visits, preoperative visits, intraoperative visits, complications following surgery, post-operative visits, follow-up visits, post-surgical pain management, miscellaneous service. Services not included in your global package are the initial consult, the visits unrelated to the diagnosis for which the surgical procedure was performed, treatment for underlying conditions or additional course treatment, diagnostic tests and procedures, including diagnostic radiology procedures, any type of clearly distinct surgical procedures during the post-operative period, treatment for post-operative complication, which requires a second trip to the OR, treatment for if less extensive procedure fails, for certain procedures performed in a physician's office, immunotherapy management for organ transplants, critical care services, minor surgeries, and endoscopies. The Medicare program will not pay for separately for an E&M service on the same day as a minor surgery or endoscopy. So these are some things that are not covered, y'all. They are not covered. Make sure that you know that. Okay. Your temporary HCPCS codes, make sure you know where they're found. Make sure you take note of these temporary codes. Write them down. Write them down, y'all. And there it is, 1 through 7. Then it have your indexes all listed out there. Your modifiers, and y'all have already gone over to the modifiers. Make sure you know where to go and find this stuff, y'all. Appendix A, I can't say it enough. Appendix A. It gives you a complete list of your modifiers. Uh-oh. Oh, what happened? All right. Okay, y'all. We'll resume with chapter 5 in just a moment.